Hey guys, welcome back to another video with myself, G Pekel. In this session, I'm going to take you through how I carry a Halligan bar. Now, before we go any further, I just want to let you know this is not something that I came up with. This is something I saw in a video, man, I don't know, quite a few years ago. But after watching the video, I liked what I saw. I played around with it a little bit to find out what works best for me, and I've been using it ever since. Now, I call it the Quiver Technique. It can be done with other hand tools, but honestly it works best with a Halligan. And the Halligan bar has been my primary tool ever since I've been an officer, so that's what I'm going to use in the demo. Now, to start with, you guys, you're going to have your SCBA on. Again, I want to stress these are the techniques that I use. You may have to tweak them a little bit. Some firefighters will start with their left shoulder strap loose. All of my straps are tightened down. Now I'm going to take a knee here, and you don't have to take a knee. I'm just doing that so I still fit in the camera frame. You're going to take the Halligan bar, and you want, I refer to this as the outside bevel of the fork. You want this up, okay? It's just going to make it easier to curve underneath your shoulder strap and over your shoulder. So you want that up. Whether your shoulder strap's loose or tight like mine is, you're going to take the fork now, and you got to, if you have your MMR hose connected to your face piece, you got to kind of watch out for that as well. But you're going to take the fork, go underneath your shoulder strap, and then it's going to start to get to that balance point, that pivot point, okay? At that point, I'll turn the adze or that point a little bit away from my head to the right, so the adze clears. And I just drop the bar, and if you see that, right now the adze is kind of on my shoulder. At this point, I'm going to grab the fork, and I'm going to push up, and I'm going to rotate the bar so that outside bevel is kind of toward my left side, facing away from my body. That puts the adze to my right, above the air cylinder, and then I just drop it down, and that keeps what I refer to as the point of the Halligan bar away from your head, which is also critical. Now, if your shoulder strap wasn't tightened, you would do that at this point to lock the bar in place. To remove the bar, I find that bevel side again. You don't have to loosen your shoulder strap up. You're just going to push the bar up as high as you can so that you can reach it with your right hand. Now, some firefighters will turn the bar to make sure that bevel curves over their shoulder, but you don't necessarily have to. But if you twist it, the bar comes right out really easily. And that's what I mean. You may have to twist it so that bevel side is up when you're removing the bar. Simple as that, you guys. So again, my shoulder strap's tight, bevel side up. In between the shoulder strap and my shoulder, in my left hand, it's at the pivot point. I turn my head to the right. I let the bar drop. The adze on my left shoulder. Grab the fork, turn the bar, okay? See how it's positioned? Set it down, adze is to your right, that bevel side, okay? Kind of a little bit to your left, facing away from your body, and you're good to go. Now, I've had firefighters ask me, Dale, how secure is this bar, okay, in that position when everything's tightened down? And I can tell you, there really isn't an operation on the fire ground where I haven't had this bar in place that I haven't been able to do. When I mask up, I perform what I refer to as a lid flip technique, where I dump my helmet behind me while I'm masking up. I've never ever had a problem with my helmet getting hung up on the bar. I deployed ground ladders, hose lines, you name it, and I've never had an issue with that bar. Now, I'll share a story with you guys. It's a little embarrassing, but it probably emphasizes how secure, it was almost like a litmus test, on how secure this bar actually is in this position. And it was at a pretty good 4-family apartment fire that my company was assigned to in a neighboring city, Milwaukee. We were assigned RIT. Now, while my guys were collecting the RIT equipment, I was deploying ground ladders. And on my second run back to the engines to grab another 24, I stepped in a hole. Now, this was in the middle of the night. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, so it was pretty dark out. I didn't see it. I stepped in that hole, and I literally face planted. Went down like a ton of bricks. And that bar didn't move at all. I didn't have any injury. I didn't have any big gash to the back of my head. In fact, the only thing that was hurt was my ego and pride, because I did it right in front of the operations chief. And I still remember his face when I got up. He's like, holy shit, are you all right? So I went down hard. But I got up, dusted myself off, and got back in the game. I was good to go. And I thought later to myself, if that bar didn't come flying out or leave a gash in the back of my head after taking a digger like that, it's pretty secure. And like I said, I've been using this technique for years, and I really, really like it. The bar's secure. It's easy for me to get to and remove. And I got both hands free, guys. I can carry additional tools or equipment. The bar's always with me. I used to carry my primary tool on my waist, either between my waist strap or my equipment or utility belt. I even played around with scabbards to keep the tool a little bit more secure. But with a Halligan bar, that thing was just always banging against my leg, against my knee. There's always a threat that if you didn't have a scabbard to secure that tool, if you're descending the ladder and that the handle of the tool gets in between it wrong, it could come flying out or get pulled out. I like this position. It's just secure, it's always with me. The only thing that you got to kind of remember that is if you got into a bad situation where you had to bail out, let's say a ladder bail, head first ladder bail, or deploy your PES, PSS, VRS, your personal escape, personal safety, versatile rescue system, you wouldn't want to be bailing out with this bar in place. You got to remember it's there and get it out so it doesn't come flying out the window on hitting somebody on the ground. But once you condition yourself on how you carry it and you get fluent with removing it and reinserting it, I think you're going to like it. I have come across a few firefighters that absolutely hate it, and I think it's just maybe it has to do with this flexibility, or they just don't like it for whatever reason. But play with it yourself, see if it works for you, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.